Hi everyone, welcome back to Kay's Space. I'm very happy that you're able to be here with me today again, and I hope that you're doing well wherever you are, and I pray that God continues to protect you. And today I'm very excited about our topic. We're gonna be talking about being a new parent, being a new mom, being a new dad. How exciting is that? When you have that little new one in the family and you're so excited about everything you're gonna experience with them, all the things that you're gonna be learning with them. And so today's topic is actually going over some of the tips that we think that can help you as a new parent navigate through being a new parent, a new mom, or a new dad. And today with me, I'm so excited. I have my sister who is gonna be helping me with the topic, and I'm so excited that she's here to share her experience and some of the things that she faced. And I hope that it's gonna be able to help some of our viewers or new parents out there, new mommies, new daddies. And so I'm gonna let her introduce herself and we can move forward.
Hi guys, my name is Clarice, or some people call me Neza, Neza. And like she said, I'm her sister, and I'm also a new mom. And thank you for welcoming me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so happy that she's actually here. Like, you guys, literally she's my twin, right?
I guess.
No, she is my twin. Like, we almost do the same things. Like, we almost experience the same things. It's kind of crazy. I thought it would be better to have her here. We went through the same process of like getting married, having babies, and all that stuff. So we're gonna be talking about some of the challenges we encounter as new mommies. And so yeah, so I think one of the challenges that I experienced as a new mom was you lose sleep, right?
Yes. You don't have like time for yourself anymore.
Yeah.
Like you don't have time for yourself.
Forget about yourself when you have a baby.
Once you have a child, that's they take all your time, majority of the time, especially when they're still like young.
Yes, they take over. Like, literally they take your life over. You don't have any time for yourself, and you have to care for this little one who's dependent on you, who's looking up to you for everything. And so when you have that baby, you don't get enough sleep anymore. That's one of the challenges that I experience. During the night, they wake up multiple times, and you have to be up with them and feed them and change them. And so for some of us, like me and her, worked, and so we have to get up during the night and do all that stuff and still wake up and go to work.
Yes, like each time a child is born, every child has different schedule. It's and every child is different. So like she said, you're gonna start out when they're still like infants. When they're infant, they wake up, depending anyhow, like whenever anytime. Yeah. So you starting to get adjust to that schedule. They pretty much rule you. They tell you like
they take over your life.
This is how I want. They wake up if they have to wake up in the middle of the night 2 times or 3 times a night, and you have to wake up to make milk. They start out, some people do breastfeeding, some people do formula, and they will tell you that once your child is born, from the hospital, if you want to start breastfeeding or if you want to start with formula, or so they get you ready. So you have to, it's a commitment. When you have a child, be ready to know that when you're single, you take all your time sleeping in, waking up.
Waking up at 11 in the morning,
but no,
12
that's
in the afternoon
anymore.
That's gonna change.
Yeah, that's gonna change, and then you just gotta, and as mom, it's amazing.
Yes.
It's instant. It's a natural thing that comes within us, and then just like you're gonna get used to it.
Yeah.
Like it just comes. These kids, they don't come with a menu, so. It's a motherhood thing, and it's instant thing that comes with that.
Thing, yes.
So just be ready when you want to have a child. know that that's something you want to do. You want to have a child, be ready for them, all those.
Yes, I
challenges.
remember, like, when we were pregnant, we were like, oh, we don't know how this is gonna go. But once we had the babies and they would wake up, we're up. Like, it was like a thing that you already set. It's like an alarm you already set in your head. Like, as soon as you hear them, you're up. Even though you are in your deepest sleep, you just up and you just wake up and do whatever you gotta do and go back to bed. But I just wanted to mention too, it also helps. I know it's a challenge with having a new baby and sleeping, but it really helps when you have like a good partner that helps you through it.
Yes.
So I know that I was getting up by myself because my husband was working overnight, and I know you experienced the same thing. But there are parents out there who both are home, during the night, and so when the baby's up, they take turns. One wakes up for a couple hours and then the other one, they take turns, and so that helps. For those of you guys that have that, it's actually an advantage, But for us, it was hard because our husbands both, I told you guys we're twins, our husbands both worked at night, so we had to do it by ourselves. Yes, and it was very challenging, especially the fact that we have to get up to go to work early in the morning. It's like, oh my gosh, it will be like the longest day, getting up like 4 times a night and then getting up at 7:30 to go to work. So that's one of the challenges that I think I experienced, and Clarice does agree too. So
yes, and then also another challenge is like you're gonna be like, as mom, when the child is born, we're so emotional. Like you still, there's those like postpartum moments.
Yes,
you're gonna be very emotional. Like she said, we had both professional jobs, working from like 7 or 8 to 5, and we still did that, and it was very like challenging, and you just kind of like blame yourself. It's like, what am I doing? Is this right for me, or should I be doing this? But at the same time, when you just know, like, if you just know you're breastfeeding, you leave the breast milk for the baby, everything should be okay. And then, like she said, you have a partner who's very supportive. That makes it easier that much.
It was very easy for us because they would work at night, but they still come and take care of the babies. And we will go out there and go to work, and it helps to get out the house. Postpartum is real.
Yes, it is real.
A lot of women experience this. I don't know if people know this, but it's real. Like, I'm so glad I was able to have like my sister, who we went through the same experience. We were sharing, communicating back and forth. Like, I'm doing this, and what do you do if this happens? And I'm happy she was a step ahead of me on everything. So whatever my daughter was going through, her son already went through it. And so I kind of had it the easier way, and she had it the hard way. It's true.
I experienced like I said, no one showed me how to do it right away, but I experienced the first step of everything,
and then I'll follow.
And then we would kind of communicate back and forth, and she follows.
Yes.
But like she said, postpartum is real, and it doesn't mean like you have to take drugs for it, or you have to you just kind of, like I said,
take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself, and if you have a partner who understands you, who's supportive of you, each step, each day, it's gonna go away. If you, as a woman, like I said, you're gonna get emotion if you're at work, missing your child. Maybe you try
feeling guilty,
try to regret, like, am I doing this right? Or
I'm a bad parent.
But no, you are a good parent who's doing what you're supposed to do, and there are a lot of moms out there doing a lot of it as well. If you have a supportive parent, partner, then that's gonna, it even makes it much easier.
Yes.
But postpartum is real. Take it easy, and each step you gain this like communication with your child, connection and communication. It's kind of like, it just comes natural.
It does come natural. And I remember when I was coming from the hospital, postpartum, I thought it was not real, you guys. Like, honestly, I didn't even really pay attention to that. When I came from the hospital with my newborn and my husband, all I did was I was just crying. Just started crying for no reason, because I felt like my body was not the same, and I was experiencing this traumatic change in myself. And so I got so emotional. Like every time I saw my husband doing something he's supposed to do, he's helping me. I just felt so, I don't know if it's guilty, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as a parent or a mom. And I felt like, I should be doing more. Take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, the baby is gonna be, suffering too.
Yeah, it's true what she just said. Make sure, you take care of yourself. And the same way she just say, you just cry for no reason, or not everybody cry, everybody's different. Postpartum, you can be angry, you can be just lazy, sleeping in all day. It comes in different ways. About postpartum, it is real, and then maybe your partner will do something, like if they made a mistake, a regular mistake, a usual mistake, and you just like start like crying. You feel depressed, but but it's something like personally you deal with at home. And I'm not saying that, you have to like bring it to the doctor's suggestion if you don't have to. And the doctors will ask you these questions when you go to your first appointments with your kid. The first appointments, they give you those questions. And you can choose to answer those questions, and you may not choose not to answer those questions, and that's fine. But it is real. Just take your time, and then, like I said, it gets better. And it's not like we're complaining or anything.
No.
Having a child is such a blessing.
It is a blessing. We're just saying the challenges.
The challenges that comes with it. It's just majority of people don't talk. They do talk about it and the bridal shower or
baby shower. Yes.
Baby shower, but they don't go into details. Like there's so many little details you learn as you grow with your child each day, and postpartum is one of them.
It's one of them for sure. And like she said, you don't have to like get professional help, but if you feel like it's not going away, I think that's the next step, like going for help. For me, when I was experiencing it, I was talking to her, I was talking to my other sisters and my friends who were going through the same thing before. And so getting that advice from them, getting that like comfort from them, I felt like I was able to deal with it. But there are some people who doesn't get over it. Who doesn't get over it, who doesn't have that support system. So if you feel like it's not going away, get some help for sure. And then another challenge, what other challenges did you experience?
The other challenge that I experienced is breastfeeding.
Yes.
Breastfeeding can be challenging. It's the most beautiful thing. Like, let me say, it's the most beautiful thing. You will have a connection with your child.
It connects you.
You fall in love. You just, even if your child doesn't want to breastfeed that day, you come from work, you just want to breastfeed them because you just have that, connection already. But at first, what I can say is, when your baby, when your child is born, like your milk's not gonna come out right away. Just the baby has to lash on your breast for a while.
They keep sucking on the breast until the milk comes out. It sounds weird, but it's true.
But at the same time, before that, it's not gonna come out right away, and you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna be full. So what I can suggest is, all the moms out there who have newborn, have a baby, they can get like a pumping. A breast.
A pump machine. Pump. Yes, a breast pump machine.
A breast pump. Have a breast pump in the house. Have it with you before you go have your baby. It's gonna be helpful, because I had one, but it broke in the middle of whatever we were doing. It wasn't working well for us. Try to find the breast pump. Make sure it works before you start using it. Just do the practice, and then once you do it, that's gonna help you in the long run. Because I was breast pump every day when I go to work. When I was at work, that's challenging, because you have to it's very challenging. You have to leave your work and then go breast pump, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But thank God, my workplace, they do provide that a area for mothers, safe environment, and they know that we have moms out here who have newborns. So I was really thankful for them that they provided a safe room for us. But what I can say is, breastfeeding for some women, it can be hard. It's a hard process, waking up in the middle of the night, like we said, when the baby first born. You're gonna be full, you're gonna be in pain, but just take it easy, take a warm bath, pump if you have to pump, as much as you can, and then store your milk in the fridge for your baby. So I can just say like that's one of the challenging, because I didn't know like it can be painful. People don't go into details more about it.
When they tell you, they don't tell you everything.
It's
when so painful.
It's painful, like when you're full, like when your chest is full, that's when it's painful. But once you finish pumping and all that, you should be okay.
Like it was worse for her. Let me tell you, for her it was like, that's why I say like everything she experienced, it was different for me because I got it the easy way, because she was already gone through the same thing. For me, breast pumping was it was painful at first, and I didn't really have to do it often. But when I went back to work, that's when I had to do it often. Like I had to take a break, and thankfully at work they give you that time to do it. And so I had to take a break and pump. And then another challenge for me with that, as we speak about breastfeeding, in the middle of like breastfeeding and everything was going great, my daughter decided that she didn't want to drink from the bottle. So the milk that I was leaving for her, like the breast milk that I pumped, that I left for her, she was not drinking it. So I had to, like, on my break, I have to like drive home, breastfeed her, go back to work. And then it was really hard on me at that time, but eventually she went back to her bottle and everything was okay. But breastfeeding it's tough, but it's doable for sure.
Yes,
it's doable. And the best thing about the breast pump is you can always pump and leave the milk for the baby, and they can drink it the next day, store it, and then they can use it the next day while you're at work. And so if you don't have a breast pump machine, they provide it with Medicaid. So if you have Medicaid, you can get it. Thank you for that.
And they, try to save up, and they're affordable at Walmart or anywhere else.
They're affordable, but if you want to get it for free, it's expensive. If you want to save some money, go get it with Medicaid if you have Medicaid. So but I know a lot of people that got it with Medicaid. That's why I'm saying that.
Yes. So. No, that's a good tip right there. Yeah, like store your breast pump machine in the house if you know you're having a baby. That's gonna help you in the long run. And if you know that in the future you wanna like breastfeed, if you're not starting your child the formula, or you're not gonna, so just have it with you. It's once you have a baby, you're not gonna run around and go try to get
and with that being said, breastfeeding is so important. Like she said at the beginning, it makes you have this connection with your baby. And so the breast milk is also very, like, they recommend the baby to have that breast milk because it helps them with like preventing a lot of sickness for the baby. And so we do really highly recommend breastfeeding. If you're not able to produce milk, that's when we can be like, it's okay to use formula, but we breastfed until our children were one and over. But if you can do it, do it. I know our body's gonna change and everything, but you're protecting your baby.
And it's the most rewarding thing you can do. Although it's challenging, but it's good, and it's it like she said, it makes the baby healthier. The baby doesn't get sick often. And I remember one of the lady, like, she told me, like, she's mom's friend, and mom, when she was here, and thank God for mom, like she was here for us when we had our baby.
Our mom came from Arizona.
She stayed here for like 3 months. So, and her friend was here too. So they were telling me that they were advising us to try to breastfeed as much as I can, because nowadays a lot of people don't do it, and it's okay. Every person has their own choice.
Everybody's different, but because some people can produce the milk.
Some people can produce milk, and some kids also, they don't like breastfeeding. You're gonna experience kids whose mom, they want to breastfeed, but the kids doesn't want to take breastfeed. There's all kinds of challenges that when it comes to breastfeeding. However, we recommend breastfeed your child. Even some people go up to 2 years old, or 3 or 4 or more. That. But ours, it was like, mine was like, for
especially being a parent, like being a working mom too, is very
it's
challenging.
very
for
challenging
us.
when you're working mom.
Yeah.
We just finished.
Yeah,
finally.
we were like, let's
Woo,
get to
thank
one.
God.
Yes.
It's 1 and over. Like, there was 1 in 4 months,
Yes,
1 6
5
months.
Yes.
So they're good. Like, I mean, I was
We did our best,
we
though.
tried our
Yeah.
best, but they're taking the milk fine.
Yes.
But
cow milk. They're
Yeah.
enjoying cow milk
Yeah.
right now, and we're taking a break. And
Yeah.
so,
right.
another thing that I wanted to mention. Remember, like when we first had them,
Yes.
and then we didn't have the breast milk yet,
Yeah.
and they were starving. They were literally like hungry, and so we were told to give them formula at that point until we were able to produce enough milk. And so I do highly recommend to give your baby formula at the beginning when you're not producing that milk yet, so the baby doesn't stay hungry.
Yeah.
So talk to your doctor, talk to your mom, whoever you are trusting with this advice, to see if it's okay to give them the formula when they're just born, because we did that. Both of us did that, and then until we produced that milk, we were able to, change and give them breast milk from there on. And so, speaking of breast milk, we can talk about food, because once they're done with breast milk, guess what? They're gonna go to food. Solids. And solids are very like challenging to actually know what to give them. So for me, it was like the doctor was like, start off with like veggies and stuff like that, soft stuff. And so what I did for me, it was like cooked vegetables and like vegetables. That was what I was just giving her, veggie and fruits. And so luckily she was good with that. Like she took it very well.
Yes.
The transition was easy for me.
Yes. And every child is different.
Yes.
Like, they will tell you, majority of them, they'll tell you, the doctor, pediatricians, they will tell you like, start with cereal, start with this.
Yeah, it's different.
Start the certain food, off the counter in the store, but you can make your own food. If you can try to make food, and then also give them, like she said, give them healthy vegetables, fruits, and stuff like that. But when they're little, when they start eating solid, you start out with solids that are really like soft, and
or you can puree them.
Yeah. We thank God that she started this actually, because I was so like,
She's so cautious with her baby. Like,
I was so
she's
cautious.
hard to try anything.
With the solids, I was like, oh my God, I was scared because my baby really loved formula.
Yeah.
So, but thank God she had a blender at her house. So I would go to her blend food. I'll take a trip and blend all these fruits and vegetables.
But she was so nervous with starting with like solid foods. But I was like, it's okay,
and then, like they said, start with all solid, but start with one solid at a time. That's one thing I did wrong at first when I started.
So you will know the reaction.
When I first started, I would do like apples and whatnot. Like I would try to give him different things each day, but no, try to do, if they're eating like sweet potato, do sweet potatoes like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And then also do like if something else after
broccoli,
3 days, broccoli,
carrots,
3 days, or cereal, like
So just in case the baby has like a reaction to it, you are able to like extinguish like, oh, that's what she had that day, and so she's probably reacting to this, and so you can change or go to the doctors or whatever, you know.
Yes.
So she is right. Like start off with like one food at a time.
One type of food at a time.
Yeah.
Don't try to do like today sweet potatoes, tomorrow like cereal, because that baby's stomach is it's not too hard enough. The stomach has to get adjusted first, to one food at a time.
They're still so tiny, so they most likely gonna react differently to food than we do. So it's very important that you start with one food at a time. And so with that being said, like she said, we didn't want to go with like the cereal that was recommended to us by the pediatrician. So we actually start making our own food for them. So and I also think that's important, and I know a lot of parents who do that too, and it's healthier for the baby. And we didn't feel comfortable going to the store and picking up like those off-counter baby food. we didn't do that.
Yeah, no, we did cook your, if you can cook
your
your
own
own food
It's
for the
just
baby.
boiling it for
It's
them.
the same food we eat, like, you know, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Come and cook them and puree them.
Yes.
If you have to blend them, if you have to, you know, that's gonna be healthy for your baby.
Yeah.
Homemade food is good for the baby.
Yes.
And then they're gonna love it. And then, you know, if you're, you know, African or out there, you know, also if you do fufu, some kids like that.
Yes,
my
they
son
do.
loves it. Now that he's
My
at
daughter,
that age, you
she
know?
started having it like when she was like what, like 8 months.
Yeah, my 8 months, 9 months, they will have.
Oh my God,
they
these
will
kids
love
love
it out of
fufu,
all
I'm
sweet
telling
potato
you.
and broccoli. They still eat broccoli and all that good stuff, but
Yeah.
you know they love fufu and then they're eating their chicken. You know, so all those things they're good for them. Try not to go like buy stuff off the counter.
Yeah.
Right, like you know off the back.
Yeah,
You know, make
yeah.
homemade good. Cook your home food is gonna help.
Yeah,
the
homemade
child.
food is really healthy for the babies.
Yeah.
And so besides the food, one thing that I also had a challenge on is the sleep schedule for these little ones, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. For me at night, yeah, we talked about that. But during the day, the naps.
Yes.
The naps were like, at the beginning, they were too much.
Yes.
And that's probably why we were up like a lot at night.
Yeah.
And so because they were, you know, sleeping during the day and then at night they're just
Going
like,
to
oh,
work.
we're not
Yes.
doing anything. We're not going to sleep.
Yes. Yeah, the kids, you know, infants when they're still babies, they will sleep a lot. And that's how they
During the
grow
day.
during the day, and then at night, you know, you're more to stay up because
Yeah.
your baby is up. But what you know, like she just said, when they're growing,
It changes.
It changes. You know,
But also
and
like
it gets better.
during the day to prevent them from taking naps. I tried it didn't work so much for me, but I know a lot of parents say it worked. During the day, open up the windows, you know, you play music or turn on the TV, just make a lot of noise for them so they don't fall asleep. That way hopefully at night they can sleep a little bit better. For my daughter, she wasn't buying it from me, so
Yeah.
she slept anyways. Even though if it was loud, she would still sleep through it. And so some parents might find it very useful to like do, you know, open the windows, let the light in, you know, turn on the music, just, you know, have some type of noise going on to keep them up, and it can help you during the night. So
Yeah, there's so many tips and tricks out there you can do for, you know, to keep your baby up during the day for them so you can sleep at night.
yeah,
So like, you know, and also talk to your pediatrician and they will walk you through things, and then they will give you a list of, you know, food,
There's so many
sleeps,
things.
all so many things.
Yeah.
And you know,
we
that's
cannot
what
go through all of
helped
them.
me.
So
Yeah.
those are just a few that we're mentioning that
Yes.
we found it very helpful when we used it. And so you can go ahead and try those. And then one other thing with the babies, try not to sleep with them on your bed because you're gonna regret it.
Yeah, don't like, and they also say
do
that,
that.
the doctor,
Yeah.
like they say don't try to like take naps, you know, with your baby when they're
On the
sleeping
same bed. No,
you
that's
know.
a big no. Like
Yeah.
I did that one time. Oh my gosh, I regret every second of it. So one night she was up like 5 times and I was so exhausted, and I was like, you know what, let me just pull her next to me and I'm gonna pull her back in her crib. That was it.
Yeah.
Ever since then it was so hard for
She
me
never
to
wants to get back
yes,
to the
it
crib.
was it was the hardest thing for me to get her off our bed.
Yeah.
And so what we did, we moved her to her own room, which is also another thing pediatrician recommend.
Yeah.
Once they're a little bit older, they can go in their own room,
Yes.
you know.
Yes, and also the crib part is like the kids when they're getting older, they don't want to be in the crib.
Yes.
So get your child even during the day.
Yes.
When they're taking nap, put them in the crib.
Yes.
Always put them in the crib.
Yes.
That's what
Their own
never-
bed,
yeah,
because trust me, you will regret it.
yeah, if you keep sleeping with them in you know the grown-up beds, they're gonna love that and they don't want
Yes.
to go back in their crib.
Plus, they're
So,
comfy sleeping
yeah.
in between you
Yes.
two, you know. They don't want to go and sleep by
Yes.
themselves in their
Yeah,
crib.
so the best tip to do it is during the day when they're taking the nap.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what they told me, and I found that will be, you know, it works.
Yeah.
If my son takes a nap during the day, I put him in a crib, he's gonna get more used to like staying in the crib than, you know, sleeping with us.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, so I do think that's helpful, and so I think that you guys can try that with the sleeping arrangement. because once they are on your bed, it's so hard for them to get out of your bed. So I would recommend that even during the day when everything is normal, like they're not crying, they're fed, they're changed, and they're just, you know, not sleeping, put them in the crib, just sit them in there, and that's it. So they can use, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to what we talked about breastfeeding earlier. Also, like there's also once the baby is, you know, you're trying to stop your baby from breastfeeding once they're older. It's called weaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're weaning your baby, it's also...
Is it weaning or
weaning?
Oh, weaning.
Yeah, when
I
you're
haven't
weaning,
tried that yet.
yeah, when you're weaning your baby, it's it can be also like emotional and also challenging.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you do it constantly. So one of the things that we did, my husband and I, he was in vacation, so I let him, you know, take over, and you know, he was sleeping with our son for like that whole week.
Yeah.
So at first night it was emotional. I heard the baby crying and I wanted to, like, you know, I want to sleep with my baby, like I don't want him, you know, because he's used to sleeping, breastfeeding first and then sleep. But you know, after that I was like, no, let me do it, because let me just sleep in the other room. Yeah. Because that way the baby can get used to, like, you know, breastfeed. So, you know, if you have a partner who's supportive, who's, you know,
it helps a lot.
Yeah, have them sleep with the baby for a couple weeks, or 1 week. It only takes like 2-3 days and the baby is off.
Yeah.
You know? But you're gonna get emotional, like feeling like, oh my God, I just neglected my baby, because you're not neglecting them, because you used to do this for a year or so. Yeah. Like, you know, you're not neglecting, you actually doing it best for your child.
Yes.
Because he was getting to the point where he didn't want to start like eating food. Yeah. But after you know, weaning him, it was like, you know, he's eating better now. You know, and you can see he's gaining more weight. Yeah. Because as they grow older, they're gonna love that milk, like breastfeeding milk. It tastes much way better than, you know. So they will do it even for comfort and all that, you know. But they're not really, like, they're grown, you know. So they need to be off. So it's one of those things. Weaning your baby, I would just say, like, there's so many tips and tricks out there. Also Google or research, you know, before you do it. But make sure you do it constantly. Yes. If you're gonna do it like 3 days in a row or a whole week with somebody sleeping with your baby, do it that way. Or like, if you're gonna just find a way to do it. But you know, there's so many names they call it, you know. I just did it like cold turkey, when I was like, you know, I just cut him off like right away. Dang. Yeah, that's cold turkey, you know. But other people, they do it differently. You can, you know, start off like, you know, a week. Do when you do your schedule before he goes to sleep. Yeah. You know, or she goes to sleep. Maybe gradually doing it that way, and then after like a month, and they're off. You know, some people, they just cut them off like cold turkey, or you can just do it like gradually, you know, taking them off like slowly by, you know, different schedule, like how you do it. If you're breastfeeding like today, during the day, maybe you might start, you know, cutting them off during the day and just breast them at night.
And they're not gonna take this lightly. They're gonna try to fight you. They're gonna try to like get their way. But not. You know what? You can do it. Don't give in. Yeah. No. They're gonna pretend like they're not gonna survive if they don't breastfeed, or they're even gonna refuse food.
They're gonna cry.
Don't buy that. Don't buy that.
They're gonna cry, and you're gonna be like, you know, feeling guilty. But at the same time, it's once you guys done, you know, you're done. But be close to your baby still. You know, he needs to know, or she needs to know that you're still there. The love is still there, because they're used to like getting that, you know, affectionate through breastfeeding. But you know, so now that's gonna go away. You need to like still be close to your baby and know that, you know, they're, you know, mom is still here even though like this happened. Yeah. So I was just wanting to touch on that, weaning your baby. It's also like challenging, but at the same time rewarding. Yeah, yeah. For me, I didn't really have to do that, because you did yours like gradually, I think.
I don't even know how she got off my. I don't know. Because
maybe she was just done with it.
I don't know. She still loves breastfeeding. It's just when she moved in her own room, she slept the whole night, so I didn't really have to get up and breastfeed her. I just like gave her milk at night, and then I'll put her to sleep, and that was it. Like even if she woke up, she'll go back to bed because she's by herself. So for me, I really didn't have to do that, but for you, good for you, you know. It's really challenging to get them off because they really, really love breastfeeding, you know.
Yeah, but yours also sound like a gradual process because you put them in their own bed, like you put her in her own room.
Yeah.
So and then she kind of like forgot about that, and then you would breastfeed during the day here and there,
and then here and there.
Yeah, here and there. And then finally she got off.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
she's not completely off. She still tries to come once in a while, and I let her sneak it, you know.
Well, you can be doing that.
I know. I'm trying the hardest to
like. Yeah. Like, you know what she did say? It's real out there. Like, moms, it's gonna be hard. Like, moms, you're not gonna have the heart to do it.
Yes.
Like, you know, everybody's different. So I had to.
They're so
I didn't have the
manipulative. They want to like, you know, control you.
Yeah.
And some moms fall for it.
Yes, but it's so liberating once you're done because you feel like, oh, you know, because I felt like I was tied to this person.
Yes,
you know, I was
like a
tied,
handbag.
like handbag, like you know. But now I'm like, okay, I'm my own again.
Yes,
you know, and he's his own individual person. But before that, you feel like you're tied to each other.
Yeah,
you guys are like, you know, one.
Yeah.
But
no.
it's good. Weaning your baby, it's gonna be also emotional. Our moms out there, but it's rewarding.
It's once it's done, you're gonna be like thankful that it's done.
Yeah.
And then so during the whole process, the baby sometimes, you know, refuses to eat. You know. And it's so hard that you're moving them from like breastfeeding and then they're refusing food.
Yes.
And you're like stuck in the middle, like what to do.
Yes.
Keep trying to give them food, no matter what. Don't give in with the breastfeeding. Give them cow milk if they're able to take that. Some baby don't like cow milk, but keep fighting with the food. Try to continue to feed them and stuff. Eventually, they're gonna adjust to the food and forget about the breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Like I had a challenge where my daughter refused food completely, and it's so stressful when they're not eating. They're not eating. What are you supposed to do? So you just have to keep trying new things. Like she was giving him yogurt. And then
snacks,
healthy snacks.
Give them snacks, you know, baby cookies. You know, if you have to,
the healthy
one, organic. So, you know, it's all about distraction.
Yes.
When you're weaning your baby, distract them. When they wake up from their nap, feed them.
Yeah.
Give them like their food right away. You know, if you have to open a book, read to them.
Yes.
You know, read to them. You know, that's what our routines. Read to them. Or, you know, if you gotta...
It's just distracting them or trying to put food in their mouth.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works.
It works that way. Yeah, give them snacks, give them juice, give them, you know... So that way they don't come to you like, oh, I want to breastfeed, you know?
Yeah, you just have to keep trying different food
things, you know.
They get really tired of one food, and so you have to try to feed them different food. Yeah. So it's gonna help. Yeah, it's gonna get to the stage where your baby, when they're like 1.5, they don't want to eat. And don't be scared, just try to give them different varieties of food, and they would probably like some of them. And and so not another thing. So since we talked about the challenges, you know, that's not the only thing we face. We also face some good times with our babies. You know, it's all rewarding, even though all these challenges happen to us, but at the end of the day, for me, it's rewarding. Like I love seeing my daughter laugh. And you know, she's so like I don't know how to describe it. It's just being a mom. Like I feel like it's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, it's the best feeling ever. And if you ever want to be a mom, don't hesitate. Go for it. Yes. Honestly, that's my opinion. I mean, there's people out there who don't want to be a mom, which is totally fine. I'm not judging. But for those of you guys who want to be a mom, trust me, you're gonna love it.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's like the story like out there, like, oh, don't get married, your life is gonna be over. It's all these stereotypes out there.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, I used to hear like so many scary stories of like, you know, moms with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, all these things we just say, of course, yes, they do happen, but it's the most rewarding job.
It's the most rewarding job.
Yeah. It's a blessing also, I can say, like, you know.
Yeah, and then the way you said, like, I used to hear stories like people just complain about being moms, all that like stuff they face, this and this. It's challenging, it's this and this, it's bad, 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 you know. I never really heard the good side of it that much, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But when we had our babies, we were talking about it. We were like, honestly, it is challenging, but at the same time, I love it. I love the challenges that I face with these little ones. It's just
yes, and it's true what she just said. It's, you know, it's a blessing to have a child. That's along, you know, and thank God. But it is also the most rewarding. Like she said, I wish there were so many positive things, like for moms to tell other moms or new moms who are about to have kids, like, you know, this is the most, I wish the positivity was more stronger than like the negativity. The negativity, it's more like, oh, this child's gonna have tantrums. Like boys are,
they tell you the bad stuff more than the good stuff.
They'll
it's
tell you
not
like,
right.
oh, boys are like this, girls are like this. So you sitting there and be like, oh my gosh, what is this child gonna be like?
You have this mindset already that it's gonna be so hard. Like, you know, how am I gonna get through this?
It's gonna be stressful. But honestly, it's the most joyful thing that you could ever experience. And then also you fell in love twice. I always tell people, like, you fall in love with your, you know, partner first, and then when the baby comes, you fall in love like double. And then I always make my husband like, I'm like, you know, the 95% that I used to love you, that's on my son, and you know, and he goes like, you know, we always like, you know, joke around, and then he's like, oh, so do you think that's, you know, so that's your husband now?
Yeah, you should still love your husband a lot.
Still love your husband.
Don't replace your child with your husband.
I'm not saying to replace your husband with your child, but I'm just saying like you fall in love twice again.
You guys, you know, it's like the best feeling ever. Like,
and then, so I think like moms who have kids out there, they should like, you know, try their best and take care of their kids, and also, you know, just see as a positive thing. Like, of course they're humans. Humans, like, you know, one human self is large in within, you know, so they, you know, they have their own personalities. They, you know,
just like we were, like, just like we were raised too, you know, our mothers had to, you know, put it together for us. We need to do this for our babies, like, you know, show them more of like positivity instead of negative. You know, be there for them, you know, and enjoy every moment with them.
And don't scare the moms out there, like,
stop scaring us. That's so scary.
I used to, this, you know, who should be like Uzi Wanera, you know, and I'm like, what do you you know who I'm talking about, right? So when I was pregnant, every time I see her, she'd be like, Uzi Wanera. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
You know,
it's like, I know who you're talking about. It's like Uzi Wanera, like you're gonna die. Like,
you like, it's like, oh my god, Uzi Waneriki, like, you know.
My God.
Sorry, like, but
anyways,
you know, every time now I see how I'm like,
it sounds so scary. People tell you the negative side of it, and you get so scared. But like once, and if you have the right partner, trust me, it helps a lot. And if you have your baby with the right person, I think it also makes a difference.
So and also the love between the parents, and also
it
like
brings you guys this new
and
love.
the baby see it. So we just want to shine the light on, you know, new moms. Shine the light out there for new moms and be like, you know, it's not all negative. It's even not. We just saying that it's challenging, but it's the most, rewarding and blessing thing you could ever.
Yes. Like, you know, like she said earlier, when I had my baby, I was so scared. Like, I'm like, what if she gets sick? What am I gonna do? You know, all this stuff. Like, but once you're in that situation, you have this motherhood instincts. Like, you know what to do. We're women. We're so strong.
We are so strong.
So don't be scared. Like, that's one thing I really want to make clear. Don't be scared. Like, and all those stories that you hear, it's not always true. Yes, we're not gonna sit here and like make it rainbows and whatever. It's not that easy. Trust me. Especially when you have all these other roles you're playing, you're working, you're a student, maybe you're doing all these different things. It's challenging, but it's crazy how us women, we're so strong. We're juggling all these roles, but you know, we're still mothers and we're still taking care of our family. It's like, it's so amazing. I look back and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I had that much strength. And I'm pretty sure you think the same thing.
I was like, I did not have that in me.
Yes,
like, you know,
yes.
it's like once, you know, your child comes and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you know,
Yes.
yeah, it's like she says, the motherly instinct, the motherhood instinct that just comes. The instinct, it just comes within natural everything you do. Like, so, you know, don't be scared, mothers out there. Don't. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like if you have a good partner, also that's also helpful, and your family members too.
Yes.
You have so many
Support
friends,
system.
and then all the friends, like a lot of our friends here when we, you know, got married, they were here. They give you like tips and tricks, you know, starting from when you're about to have a baby until the baby's born. You run into somebody who, you know, they would like, oh, so do this, you know, even a grocery shopping, or they'll call you, how are you, how's the baby? So all those things, they're very helpful, and thank God people do that. So it's not all negative. And I just wish, like, you know, people shine light on positive light on this, like, be like, you know,
not only the negative. I feel like the negative things are put in front of the positive, which doesn't make sense, because the positive are more rewarding, you know. And then, so with what she said, you have a support system. Like, if you don't have a mom or sister or any, like, a friend who you can go to for an advice, there is always like professional help. You can always talk to your doctor. You can always talk to like a pediatrician. They are there to help you and give you advice. These are some of the tips that we wanted to share with you guys, what we went through and what we experienced, and hopefully it's gonna help some new mommies out there or new parents in general, even the dads, you know. The dads are in this together we're in this together with them. So it's like, and we're so thankful for the fathers out there who take responsibilities, who are able to help us too, and give us that space to breathe. We just sometimes need that space to just
and it's a new like generation now. They're more tuned to understand, like, you know, like it's not how it used to be long time ago, and be like, oh, you know, if you're married, you're a wife,
just a woman's job.
It's a woman's job. The mom takes care of the kids.
It has changed big
time. It has changed. Men are taking up roles.
Yes, they're stepping up.
They're stepping up, and then also like, especially men's from like, you know,
our
culture, and I see this every day, and I'm like, wow, I'm amazed, and I'm like,
we applaud you guys. We applaud you guys. So we're so
good job.
Proud of you guys, because these are your kids and you're being involved in their lives, and it makes a big difference, you know. Not that we cannot take care of them, we're capable of taking care of them, but just having that fatherly what do you say,
role and example.
Just having the father in their life, it makes a big difference with their children too. So guys, thank you so much for being involved with our kids, and it's helping the family in general. And so it's good to be able to understand these things. They are able to understand it. They know, like, you know, it's a new generation, it's a new culture, it's a new world out here now. It's like we're in the, you know, 21st century. It's not the stories we used to hear a long time ago that, you know, like you just say, like, oh, it's the mother role to take care of everyone. We do respect respect the different roles, like being a father and being a mother. But with the world we're living in, we're all going out to work, and then we have to work together to keep the family together. And so by you guys stepping in and helping us, it does really make a big difference with our families, with our children, and just having that father like take the kid like to their basketball game, or, you know, just babysitting them. It helps the kid, you know, get that connection with the dad. You know what I mean? And then even from the beginning when they're born, you know, they stay with these kids. Like when we went back to work, we didn't have like, you know, like we didn't have that long time to stay home. We only have 1 month.
1 month. We had to go back to work, and the kids already knew their dad from all the beginning.
They built this relationship with their dad
from beginning. So we do appreciate you know, our men that have stepped up, and then the men who are stepping up in these roles. Like it's amazing and it's great, and, you know. So you know, all these things, it's all to say that, you know, it's all positive thinking and positive, you know, seeing everything. We can do it, and we may us, you know, continue doing that. And in those who wants to have kids or who are having kids, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Like, don't hear all the negative things you hear out there.
Again, it's very challenging,
Yeah.
you know, but it's doable, especially when you're two. When it's one, I can say I haven't experienced that, and I really I applaud the single moms who do it, or the single fathers. But I think it's better when you both work together. It makes the job a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Yes,
yeah.
it does. It does.
Yes. So these are some of the tips that we thought we would share with you guys, and I'm so happy that she was able to come because, you know, she's a new mom and I'm a new mom, and like we go through the same thing, and we always talk about these experiences, and we were hoping to share it with everyone else. And so I am glad that we were able to come out here and share our experiences with you guys, and we hope that it's gonna have a positive impact on those new parents out there. And so with that being said, we only each have one kid. There's parents who have more than one kid, and so they could be having different challenges than we have. But we're just sharing it from our perspective because we're just new mommies and we're just learning as we go.
Yeah, we just started, and like, you know, we said that, you know, let's sit down and, you know, like, of course there's mom out there who gives like these ideas also, and then they also receive so many advices, and, you know, we hope that what we just talk about, it can, you know, help someone out there who is like nervous, scared, or, you know, not sure. It's, you know, it's a big step. It's a big step to, you know, having a child.
And childbirth is very, I had a couple questions on that, like on my Instagram about childbirth. You know, it's different for every woman, but it's very, you know, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but it's tough.
Yeah, childbirth, that's you know, another subject, but everybody goes through it differently.
Yeah, everybody has a different experience with it, but for me it was kind of tough. Like, to me, I thought it was like really painful.
But you know what, I can touch on that, like, now
you forget about the pain.
The pain, like, it's there when you're there. But after, like, you know, you still remember that experience happened, but it goes away once you see your baby. It goes away.
Oh my God,
and, you know, it's kind of like another stage that you experience, you pass through. But, you know, once you see your baby,
that little baby just like, changes everything. It changes your whole world in like 1 second.
I think it's the connection thing. Like, I don't know, it just goes away.
It's just the connection you have with the baby when you meet them. It's so amazing how, like, you just forget the pain like that, and then, you know, you're just more focused on this little human that's so perfect, you know. And so these things that we share with you guys were some of the things that we faced, and we thought maybe we would like to share with you guys, like I said. And so I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. I know this video is a little bit longer than my normal videos, but it's because we had so much to say on this topic. And so thank you for staying tuned with us and watching the whole video. And so I want to thank my Sissy also for being here and sharing her experience with us.
Thank you for having me. And, you know, like what she said, I hope this will help somebody out there. We just, you know, want to touch on the, you know, the topic of like being a new parent.
Yes, and then if you guys have any suggestions or any, you know, ideas that we can try with our kids too, we're taking suggestions too. We welcome comments, and like tips on what to do, because what we're facing right now, they're going to be too soon. Tantrum, like everything is like.
They're starting their age where like it's like throwing tantrums.
It's
a
new stage we're entering, and it's so hard. Like, I don't even know. Like, you clean your house 1 second and everything goes back to how it was. So that's another story for another day. But like I was saying, we do also take in the comments that you guys give us and the questions that you guys ask. I hope that I was able to answer some of those questions, most of those questions that were asked on my Instagram. And so, again, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and being with us today. And I'm gonna go ahead and post my next video next week. And so go ahead, comment, and give us any tips. Subscribe and share this video. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.